Welcome, and thank you for watching this information session. You are likely here because you have some experience with or frustration with your estate's governance systems and processes. Trustees making decisions without actually knowing what the legislation requires. Applications that take weeks to process because they come back incomplete multiple times. Disputes about whether something was submitted or received with no way to verify either claim. Board conflict over who has the authority to approve what, and residents who are frustrated because approvals aren't happening and complaints aren't being addressed. These aren't small inconveniences. They're structural problems that waste time, create conflict, and expose trustees to personal liability. Before we go into the tools, I need to be direct about something. EstateIQ is not a silver bullet. It won't magically fix broken systems or dysfunctional boards. If your trustees don't communicate, if your chairs act unilaterally, regardless of process, if your managing agent actively undermines compliance, introducing new software won't solve those problems. Those are governance problems, not technology problems. What EstateIQ does is remove specific friction points by providing access to verified legislation, proof of submissions, enforced completeness on applications. It gives you the tools to make better decisions, but you still have to make those decisions. This requires buy-in from trustees, from owners, from your managing agent if they're involved in your processes. If people aren't willing to change how they work, the tools won't matter. I'm telling you this now because I'd rather be honest about what this is and isn't than oversell it and waste your time. We'll look at the current reality of sectional title governance, the problems you're experiencing, we'll name them clearly. Then the EstateIQ AI team. This gets the most time because this is where legislative confidence comes from. 3 purpose-built assistants, Al, Ella, and Eva. They provide verified legislative guidance, not fabricated citations like general AI tools give you. After that, the EstateIQ Portal, digital forms that create proof of submission and enforce completeness before applications can be submitted. I'll show you a preview of the estate management system we're developing. This is where the portal will eventually sit as part of a larger governance platform. We'll cover pricing, total cost, including the ChatGPT subscription requirements. I'll also explain the extended trial offer, available until the end of February. I'm Jess. I was a sectional title trustee for several years. I spent hours researching the STSMA sections and PMRs to answer a single question. I used to use ChatGPT for legislative guidance and got fabricated citations that sounded legitimate, but in reality didn't exist. I couldn't find the tools that solved this problem, so I built them. EstateIQ is purpose-built from that experience. It's not corporate software adapted for sectional title. Every feature addresses a specific problem encountered as a trustee. Ready to look at the EstateIQ features? Before we look at the solution, you need to understand the problem with general AI tools. Independent small batch testing showed ChatGPT is 51% accurate on sectional title legislation queries. Google AI, only 49%. That's a coin flip. The risk isn't just wrong interpretations, it's fabricated citations. Section numbers that don't exist, PMR clauses that aren't there. These tools sound authoritative, but half the time, they're inventing legislation. EstateIQ maintains accuracy on legislative citations through L. But I need to be clear about what that means and what it doesn't. L is connected directly to a legislative index via a RAG API. It can only retrieve text that exists in that index. It cannot fabricate, it cannot guess. If you ask for section 10.3 of the STSMA, it returns the verbatim text, or it might tell you if you've asked for something that doesn't exist. That is why it is 100% accurate. ELA is different. ELA interprets legislation and explains it in plain English. ELA is built on the ChatGPT framework, the large language model. It can make mistakes, especially with complex, multi-part queries. The legislation is dense legal language. The framework is complex. This is why we require ChatGPT Plus. It's not an upsell, it's about accuracy. The Plus subscription gives you access to the most advanced models, which reduces the error rate significantly. Elle and Eva will work on the free version of ChatGPT. But for Ella, we require Plus, because legislative interpretation requires the best available model. Here's how we address the risk of Ella making mistakes. You simply verify with Elle. Ella gives you an explanation and legislative reference. Then ask Elle for the verbatim quote for those references. That's the verification step. When you purchase the solution, we provide training on how to use the AI assistants effectively, how to phrase queries, when to use which assistant, how to verify. You're not left to figure this out alone. The difference between EstateIQ and general AI isn't just accuracy. It's verification, transparency about limitations, and training on how to use these tools properly. Let me show you how this works. Now we get to the solution, the EstateIQ AI team. 3 purpose-built AI assistants designed specifically for sectional title governance. These aren't general chatbots given a few sectional title documents to read. These are specialized tools trained on the STSMA, CSAS Act, the PMRs, and related legislation. Let me introduce you to each one, and then I'll show you how they work together.
Meet Eva, the EstateIQ virtual assistant. Eva specializes in all things estate-related. Your estate will have provided specific information that Eva is trained on, such as the code of conduct, supplier contact details, and other important estate documentation. This includes contact information for plumbers, electricians, maintenance providers, and more. Ask Eva anything estate-related. Let's take a look at a few examples. What do the estate rules say about keeping pets? Eva answers your queries using the exact information provided by your estate. If your question is broad, the response will be general and detailed. If your question is specific, the response will be more targeted. Eva will include relevant estate contact information in the response, if available. If your estate is subscribed to the EstateIQ Portal, Eva will also provide a clickable link so you can complete the application form directly. Let's look at another example. Can I install a gas stove in my unit? Eva will respond with any specifications your estate has included in the code of conduct or other estate rules. Another example. Do I need permission to renovate my bathroom? Eva will provide all the necessary estate-specific information, outlining rules, guidelines, and any required notification periods. If your estate is subscribed, Eva will also provide the form link for submission via the EstateIQ Portal. Have a look at the left sidebar menu. Your chat history is saved here. If you right-click on a chat, you'll see options to share, rename, archive, or delete the chat. For easy lookup later, I will rename the chat. That's Eva, your virtual estate assistant. Ask any estate-related questions. Get answers instantly. Next up, meet Ella, your EstateIQ legislative assistant. Meet Ella, the EstateIQ legislative assistant. Ella specializes in all things legislation related. Ella has been trained using the Sectional Title Schemes Management Act, Annexure 1, also referred to as the Prescribed Management Rules, the STSM Regulations, and the Community Schemes Ombud Service Act. Ask Ella anything legislation related. You'll notice I've switched into my personal ChatGPT account. That's because this demo is being recorded using ChatGPT Plus with GPT 4o. While free users do have some access to GPT 4o, Ella's full functionality, including accurate clause quoting and legislative logic, is only guaranteed on one of the paid plans. Let's take a look at a few examples. Who can be a trustee? In this example, Ella retrieves from PMR sections 6.1 and 6.4, covering eligibility criteria and disqualification grounds. Next, an example from the STSMA. What's the difference between a special resolution and a unanimous resolution? Ella provides a response based on the definitions from Section 1 of the STSMA. Now, for some practical guidance from the CSOS Act. How do I make an application to CSOS? Ella provides step-by-step guidance based on Section 38 and includes a reference to Section 39. What is the reserve fund and how is it calculated? Ella responds in simple plain English, drawing from STSMA Section 3.1b and Regulation 2 of the STSM regulations with a breakdown of the calculations. That's Ella, your EstateIQ legislative assistant. Ask Ella anything legislation related and get instant answers and simplified explanations of complex legislation. In this demo, we asked varied questions across different areas in legislation in a single conversation. In real-life use, if the topic or focus changes, we recommend starting a new chat with Ella. Next up, L, the EstateIQ legal lookup for verbatim legal quotes. Meet L, the EstateIQ legal lookup. L specializes in verbatim legal quoting. L has access to the Sectional Title Schemes Management Act, Annexure 1, also referred to as the Prescribed Management Rules, and the Community Schemes Ombud Service Act. Your estate may also elect to include the Code of Conduct. To use L effectively, you need the document and clause reference. Let's start with PMR 17.6. Note how I use the brackets for the clause reference. This is important for functionality. After you press Enter, you will see a pop-up message requesting permission to access the RAG clause API on render.com. This is the live link to the legislation index. Select Confirm. You will now see the message, Talking to Connector. If you don't see this, it means the connection has not been activated. Retype the query and press Enter. Once the information has been received, L will respond with the exact verbatim quote, directly from the legislation or Code of Conduct if selected by your estate. If the clause requested contains subclauses, these will be included in the response. I'm going to pull Annexure 1 on screen so we can have a look at the section together. You will see that everything from 17.6a to 17.6n has been included in the response. Let's take a look at a clause from the STSMA. We'll request a subclause, 3.1h. If h should be read together with 1, both 1 and h will be returned as they form part of a whole. If you select the primary clause, such as CSOS Act 38, The full section will be returned, as with STSMA 3(1)H. If you select part of a clause that should be read as part of a whole, the full section will be returned. You can see this with the example CSOS Act 50C. Remember to rename your chats for easy lookup later by right-clicking the chat in the left sidebar menu. That's L, the EstateIQ Legal Lookup. Use L for verbatim legal quoting.
The workflow is simple. Ask Ella for explanation and guidance. Use L to verify the legislation. Use Eva for estate-specific questions. Confidence, not guesswork. Now, let's talk about the EstateIQ Portal or Document Hub. Remember those pain points we discussed at the beginning? The I never received it disputes, the incomplete submission loops, the email back and forths. The portal solves both of these completely. The portal is a centralized digital form management system. It replaces paper, email, WhatsApp, MS forms, and PDF workflows with a single trackable system. 3 key benefits: indisputable proof of submission, timestamps, automatic notifications, and a shared database. No more "I submitted it" versus "we never received it" arguments. Enforced required fields. Forms cannot be submitted incomplete. The owner must fill in every required field and upload every required attachment before the form will submit. The incomplete loop is eliminated entirely. The portal comes with 10 pre-built forms that cover most common estate processes. Each one is fully customizable to your specific estate. You'll notice these cover everything from routine operational processes like move-ins and parking requests to governance processes like pet applications and renovation notices, to communication processes like service tickets and complaints. Each form is customized during setup to match your estate's specific requirements. You tell us what information you need, what attachments are required, who should receive notifications, and we configure the forms accordingly. And if you need additional forms, we can build those. That's part of our custom development service. But for most estates, these 10 forms eliminate about 80% of manual paperwork and email chaos. I want to give you a brief preview of what's coming next. We're currently developing a comprehensive estate management system, or EMS, that will eventually replace the standalone portal with a much more integrated solution. The EMS will include all the portal functionality for digital forms, integrated communication systems for trustee owner engagement, meeting management for AGMs and SGMs, document repository for all estate governance documents, reporting and analytics for transparent governance. This is a complete estate governance solution, not just individual tools. The portal you see today will be incorporated into this larger system. So when you adopt the portal now, you're not buying something that will become obsolete. You're buying into a platform that will continue to grow and expand. Now for pricing. We currently have an introductory offer. The EstateIQ Portal is R189 per month per estate. That is the document hub. Then we have the EstateIQ AI team. That is R99 per month per estate. Or the EstateIQ combo, that is the inclusion of both the portal and the AI team for R250 per month per estate. Please note with the EstateIQ AI team, we do recommend a ChatGPT Plus subscription. This is recommended for optimal Ella accuracy. Our standard free trial is 14 days, no credit card required, full access, zero commitment. If you sign up before the end of Feb, we're extending that to 30 days. That gives you time to test the AI team with real trusty questions to process actual form submissions through the portal. Obviously, the demo portal, the email that you submit to will actually just not go anywhere, but you will be able to access the portal and work through forms. This will allow you to demonstrate value to fellow trustees and owners. This is intentionally generous because we want you to experience the benefits before making a budget decision. Use the 30 days to gather real data. Prove the value. We're available to do a live demonstration of the EstateIQ AI team and portal if that's what you need. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this information session. I do appreciate it. Just a final note, we have some recommended Facebook community groups for anyone that is in the sectional title industry, the sectional title trustee support and networking, as well as sectional title living in SA. Those are fantastic groups to join. You get a lot of feedback and help and assistance, and it's definitely made my life a lot easier. Thanks again.